Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Look at that. 146 still here. I can't believe you all stay around. I'm so sorry. You gotta stick around longer. We have Boros Burn against a four-color control deck. Um, it's playing all the cards. Okay, playing all the cards that we all missed and loved, and we're glad that they're still around. I do have to change the names. We have TJ Ranzak going against Robert Postwig. So these names aren't correct. So a little bit interesting of a matchup. The reason for this is that normally Burn has a pretty good win rate. Why did it do it like that? Against like the four color decks, but now I want to see what it is. Stream Bean didn't sit down at the table, but he did win his match, so. Lose 2-0. We have Troll here on a 2-0 as well. Man, there is so much blue-white in the room. There we go. I think everything's up to date now. We have a Swiss Spear coming in, and are tapped, of course. Tapped and attacking. Chalice of the... Sure. Thanks for the follow. Canadian Bobo, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, we appreciate any and all follows.
Really do.
They help us keep being able to do this kind of thing.
Listen, Bolt Snap Bolt. John has heard me. I'm so close to playing Saheeli Cat combo in Modern. I want to so bad, but it sucks. Because it's just like a bad prison deck.
To be fair, Brick won't tell you the only decks he plays are bad, so.
Yeah, I generally don't play great decks. It's my favorite part. I played Murktide for a while, and I was just like, this isn't for me, man. I don't like it here.
I'm pretty sure I did convince him to build this
How does
blue,
he start my timer?
or not blue, it's red, white, what?
Alright, you keep going, you're good.
Red, white Winota for Modern, because I like 4-1 to the league with it, and only lost because I just punted.
Yeah.
One of these days it will be on stream.
NRWGN, thanks for the follow as well. We appreciate it. Ball said it's not the size of the cat in the fight, it's the number of cats you can copy. That's just big brain knowledge.
I'm just saying the cat can't be killed by Bolt. So
Cat can't be killed. It can definitely be Leyline Binding, though. Wait, I get access to that card because my mana base sucks.
you do.
I just get access to that card.
Why not just play 60 card Vivian combo at that point?
TJ's all the way down to 9.
I've not been paying attention to that. I won't lie.
Burnt Taco. I guy's got some spicy list. I like his list. Why did it do that one?
Is Burnt Taco still on Murktide?
No. It's basically...
I like it.
It's like Tamer Murktide, just without it. No.
It's like Murktide got good, so now you can't play it.
Yeah, like, I can't play the good deck. It sounds like me. As soon as the deck becomes tier 1, I'm like, I don't want to play it anymore.
Skull crack you.
Counterspell it.
Oh.
TJ's had 3. Look how they're just in a row. The only problem for TJ, Robert's hand is still just like a ton of cards.
Well, you can't be happy every time your burn opponent's like, all right, I'm not playing a land this turn. Pass, I guess.
Right. We could see a baby fairy come down potentially if TJ drew it, of course.
But
oh wait,
enough,
never mind. Hold on.
This is an all math.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Babo just picks him up.
We've seen his story one too many times. He didn't even let him play effectively at first. He just knew it was coming because there's a Ren 6. So he's just like, "Yep, man, you got it." I do think one thing that Max just said. I do think some people start talking and they're like, a lot more cards have gotten banned than what like used to happen. And sure, like you could say the cards printed worse or whatever. I think the other thing that happens is where like social media has gone in so many ways to just like directly complain to Wizards, because Wizards has Twitter. Like they have Twitter, they have Instagram, they have all this stuff. And like they're getting added all the time. They see those. They pay people to look at those. So like a lot more like that stuff goes out, but also like if you like watching streamers play and they hate the card, well like if you instinctually like that streamer, you're also going to start hating that card as well, even though you might not run into it that much.
Also, oddly enough, power creep has to happen for a format or for a game in general.
It's just like anything. Like it's in TV shows. Like for like TV shows, like people have to get stronger, cases have to get harder, they have to be more interesting. Like everything has to like progressively get better and better, or it's just not interesting.
Yeah, so seeing like power creep with Magic, they might go a little bit overboard at times.
Right.
But I think it is something that's necessary to happen.
It's such a hard line to like stay in.
But like Oko might have been a little much.
Oko might, man. Oko was after my firstborn. That card was not okay.
We see bolts
Paul
here.
Bolts that Bolt says Bob's middle initial A. Is it Robert Apostle Wait? I know, I'm disappointed that I laughed about it too. But you know, I did.
I didn't laugh. I refuse to admit it.
You had a smile, that's for sure. Who do you think this one is? Baby
It's Teferi
Tefra.
himself.
Getting hit for
Charm in
4 though,
response.
down to 7. It's kind of the hard part about Teferi. It's like you play it here and you kind of shut the stuff off, but you're probably gonna die.
But he has 2 Searing Blazes in hand, which are kind of just sitting there, and I want to say that's a deflecting palm. Oh no, that's a skull crack.
It's kind of weird to see Searing Blaze, but I guess like your Omnath's your target, Kahira's a target.
I think it's
That's
a little
like
odd he
it,
didn't
right?
like skull crack here anyway, because he can't skull crack at the end step.
Right.
And skull cracking there just means he's dead if he fetches or if he draws a Boros Charm.
Right.
But here's a red.
No,
six.
Thunder. This is I don't know if you're joking or whatever, because I know you like to troll. We did the store championship on Friday. Because with our invitational series being on Saturdays and Sundays for the most part, like the stores running those, we wanted people, if they wanted to attend our store championship, to not have to choose between the two. Because again, there's no reason to do that. When another store runs an invitational series, we'd like to try to get as much attendance to those as we can and help every store involved. So it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, we'll do it on Saturday, and now local guys might come to our store championship and not go to one of the 1Ks, which is what we're trying not to do. So yeah, we did this Friday. Their events are the next 2 days.
Yeah, and we also want to make sure like there's enough attendance that we can do a stream like this.
Right, that's the other
For
thing. Is like
everyone else as well.
I'm like genuinely surprised we have 16. You know, there are so many people that generally play that are just like at their high school football games. They got like nephews that are playing. Kyle's like coaching. Terran's there watching his nephews play. Like all that stuff's happening. So like we generally attendance during the fall, and especially football, basketball season, for like the schools is like generally way lower. Um, so the fact that we even have 16 today is really cool. Dragon Car, I think you should cut Blazes in the match. That was kind of what I thought.
I kind of like this play from TJ. The cast Solitude in response to the combat. Don't exile the Eidolon, but block to gain 3 and trade.
Right, so you don't have to. So it's really great. Like that's a really good thing. So TJ, what he did there is so much higher of a play than normal. He got the blocking gain life because he couldn't cast Skullcrack in response. Also, TJ gets his creature out of play in case Robert has the Searing Blaze. Like he got to play around Searing Blaze, he got to gain a little bit of life when Robert had a Skullcrack, and now he's just sitting here with spells and hopefully going 1-for-1 with all these. We see a Flusterstorm come down and hit that. Robert can't pay the 2. We have Ren just constantly ticking up. If Ren ults, the game's most likely just over. Down tick with nothing draw.
And that's another Flusterstorm.
The Baby Fairy taking down's not super relevant because of the fact that like most of Robert's creatures have haste. So you need to draw a way to answer those. Not necessarily be like just like taking the damage from them anyway.
It's just one of those things that you like can notice when like TJ is a very good player, and you can just tell like little sequencings like that also.
Unbreakable says, wait, TJ hardcast Solitude? Yeah, from my understanding.
Yeah, he hardcasts.
He hardcast it. You don't have to pick a target. So he chose none, and then chose to block and trade out the creature. How many rounds? This is 4 rounds, and then we have the top 4, or it's a cut to like top 4. And the reason for that is because I explained to somebody out there, when you do these, you generally want to have some amount of cut, because if somebody just runs into their worst matchup round 1, they have no reason to stay anymore. So like we're just gonna do that unless the players are like, I don't care enough to play, and then the stream would probably end there. But
here we see it.
So it's gonna be 6
Emblem,
total
and then
technically.
Play it to Teferi, a
Mhm.
big Teferi. And this game is pretty much over. There is like no way for Robert to get out of this. Yeah, it's just retrace, fluster. Good luck ever resolving another spell.
Again, just so we're aware, a lot of people generally have the token. TJ does not have the emblem. Like he has the Ren emblem, he just doesn't have it in play showing it. In case for whatever reason you missed it, he did alt the Ren. He has the emblem. There's a guide. If TJ has any lands, he's just able to pitch and answer everything. How bad does it feel to attack with a Goblin Guide, put a land in TJ's hand, and then lose like a card? Obviously that didn't happen, but how crazy is that? That if you put a land into TJ's hand, you just gave him a spell from his graveyard?
Yeah,
that's so gross.
So bad.
Like Goblin Guide has to feel so bad in that spot. In the weird way, I feel like Robert not hitting a 3rd land actually is hurting a ton. These Searing Blazes have felt awful. Those are the 2 same Searing Blazes from the start of the game, for the most part.
Yeah.
And TJ doesn't have to play a creature until he plays an Omnath, and then you don't care about getting Searing placed.
Well, he just played a Kira, but I don't think he cares anyway, because he just has all the answers in the graveyard. He has Leyline Bindings in his hand.
Leyline Binding, another great way that they have now to deal with Eidolon, because you don't have to take 2 damage to deal with it.
And now, Robert has to face down the risk of this Teferi ulting.
Yeah, it's not looking great for Robert, for sure. A little bit of clunkiness coming out, all the spells being 2 mana, just every turn. TJ's been basically able to time walk him for the most part. Just been like, oh, you want to tap out to do that? I have a Baby Teferi, so you have to do it on your turn. I'll just counter it and then call it a day. And that's what it's come down to. Robert's just staying around because he kind of has to.
At this point, like,
that a discard to hand size?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
cast 2 iterations and had to discard to hand size.
I mean, we pitch a land. It's going to be a Flusher Storm. Pay for 2. He didn't grab the Flusher Storm out, but that's what he's been grabbing every time.
Yeah, it's like the counterspell he has in his graveyard. Also, what's relevant is he has 2 iterations in the graveyard. So
Yeah.
every land in his hand could just be draw 2 cards, basically.
Yep. Didn't have enough pressure early. Allowed TJ to kind of stabilize and didn't even have. We haven't even seen an Omnath yet. We saw Omnath
one was
game
pitched.
1 and it was just over. Oh, yeah, he didn't had to do it earlier.
But
But
now he has counterspell in hand,
He-
so
he just has everything covered for the most part. We're trying to think of a way to get out of this. I don't think there is a way. Because 5, as much as 5 seems obtainable, it's just not with what TJ has going for him. No, we do not have deck lists. It's not a comp event, so we do not need them registered.
yeah. Well, Robert's just gonna pick him up because he just realizes there's like no way he can get out of this.
Yeah, there was so much there.